What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another episode of Getting to GC with basic mechanics and basic game sense. In the last episode, we finally pushed through Platinum, and we are a stylish Diamond now. Leading into these games, and pretty much every rank up game, I've always said the players are going to be playing a little bit quicker. But nearing the end of Platinum, we've noticed that just kind of chip-shotting and power-shotting the ball might not always be the right option. In Platinum, I highlighted and stressed getting good touches on the back wall and the side wall and getting big booming clears. Very effective. The players now are able to kind of cut those off midfield, so we're going to slow the plays down a little bit more frequently in Diamond when given the opportunity. So I think leading into Diamond, we're going to keep putting all the pieces we've learned already, but just stressing a bit more when to slow the play down and to focus a bit more on dribbling and flicking, especially in the 2v2 category. So without further ado, let's see how the Diamond games treat us. Alright, so here we are entering our first Diamond match. Get a nice Beckworth Park. It's him again. Questions? Nice, we actually got him. I don't know, that's an intimidating name. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what he has to offer. Okay. Start off with the basic kickoff like normal. Still seems to be effective enough. Teammates maybe was looking for that side boost, but I could probably challenge that, but gotta respect those backboard clears, and now they're in a little bit of a sketchy situation. Kinda got a mistouch there. There's a chip shot, little aerial. They double committed, so we can just try and get a bump here. Got some side clear too. So here we are, we're just kind of slowing the plays down, keeping it on the ground. Maybe opening that up for our teammate. Perfect. So this is a prime example already of just when to keep it on the ground. We could have just tried to hit that right away to the wall, but we're just slowly trapping it on our side, bringing it around town, dodging a demo on the way, hitting it off the wall because we saw that our opposition was going for their boost, and our teammate actually hits a really nice place shot, so perfect. This is actually going to be a good bounce for us, so we can just challenge him right away, make this guy awkward, maybe bump him. Teammate actually didn't choose to go, which is completely fine, because now we can just block this. There's a chip. And he goes a little bit quicker, so we can just run away, maybe get this boost spawn. Not quite. But here we are, just kind of lurking middle. It's a wall play. A little off target, but the rebound is there. Teammates, excellent. Nice shot. So our teammate's just kind of positioning himself pretty well, and this is just a basic touch. Oh, wow. And we get it's a very similar fashion to our first Platinum game. We actually get almost an instant, rage quit, what have you, but this time on the other team. And it looks like we actually get our div up. Perfect. That's a great way to start Diamond. A little bit of a ground play, some wall play, putting the pieces together. Wonderful. Let's get into the next one. All right. Game 2 into Diamond. Who are we getting this time? Johnny Slow. Johnny Slow on the other team. See, our teammate's name a little intimidating. Johnny Slow. I don't know if you want to be too slow in Rocket League. We'll see what happens. Teammate looks like he's actually doing a pretty quick kickoff. And that's a scary touch to try and challenge against the wall. So we're just going to favor our boost grab here. We're just going to big power shot. Maybe he can't save that. And pretty much as I suspected, hitting those power shots aren't as effective. That guy just making a pretty easy save in Diamond. I'd like to think that would be pretty easy for most players, but it's still okay to slap a shot on net every once in a while to see how they handle them. You got to test your opponents sometimes. Right here, I choose to make a demo play and just a safe rotation. Right, I could have tried to play that up the wall, but why? My teammate's there to make a challenge, and it works wonderfully. Basic rotation, basic goal. Perfect. Okay. Good kickoff for us. He cheats, they don't. That's good to know. Gets a little pop it over the second player. Perfect. And, we're seeing a lot of repetition in how these goals are getting scored, even in Diamonds so far. We cheat, they don't. They take advantage of it. We get another cheat goal, maybe. That's going to be hard for him to save. And we get another, rebound. So maybe this team will choose to cheat on this kickoff, as it's burned them twice so far. We will see what happens. I'll be surprised if they choose to go for boost, to be honest. And he's actually just sitting in net this time. That's also a choice, you know. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they actually change up their game plan. Look at that. Worked wonderfully for him. Sometimes when you get burned on the kickoffs, you got to change up your strategy a bit. That's good to see. I like that. Well done. Well done, Mr. Johnny Slow. Let's see if we get another one. If this is another kickoff goal, I don't know what the heck I'm playing. Playing ones out here. So our backboard clear. That's kind of a tough one. It got a little bit too far away from the net. Oh, we got to try and cut that out. Maybe we don't actually. And this might actually just be good enough to score. I wasn't sure where the opposition was. I was going to boom this immediately if I saw the player challenging the ball. But as soon as I noticed he wasn't in front of me, I just, you know, opted to try and go for a little dribble play and kind of made it work. So we can slow this play down here, get a flick over him. Unfortunate that we die here, but we would have been able to create a lot of pressure if we hadn't. And cut this off right away because we kind of made a mistake. That might go straight down, and now we can just try bump. A little bit over aggressive from us. We can try to get this touch. Get that bump on him. Now all we have to do is get it middle for our teammate. That's all we can do. Hopefully you're there. Dang, I thought we slowed that play down enough for him to get into position, but that's all right. He makes a little bit of a mistake, so we're just going to catch it on the wide rotation and boom it over this guy, hopefully. Okay, it's my fault. Our teammate makes a good backboard clear, so we can follow it out. And we'll try and bump this guy again. You know, get under his skin. And we open up the net for our teammate. Perfect. So in 2v2, sometimes if you go for a flick and it gets a little bit away from you, you can sort of just chase your opposition down, make it awkward. And our teammate actually played well. He beat most of his, or he got to the ball first on most of his challenges, and speedy. A little bit more dribbling, a little bit more flicking, but pretty quick div up so far. Let's keep it going. GG's. All right, here we are. I think this might be another div up game. We'll see. With Beckwith Park. We get Mr. Anon? No, we don't. We get Slizzy Drizzy. Okay, there's no way we lose with a guy I can name like that. Slizzy Drizzy. Let's do a little kickoff here. Grab this boost. Teammate opts out to get boost too, so we just sit back post in case he doesn't get a touch here. And we get a 50. So it looks like that player was actually going for the little off and on shot, which is a more elaborate mechanic, I would say. The opposition here doesn't actually challenge or try to keep in front of the ball. We're just kind of playing off our defender, right? We're making him make the move. If he chooses to do a backflip into that, we're just going to make ourselves 50 him. If he's going for his back boost, we're just going to cut into the ball and then try and make a shot on target. I'm going to just pop that middle. Maybe our teammate's ready. Nice shot. Opting for the pass over the shot here was because this angle is very, very difficult to make. So we can kind of just throw this middle. We noticed the defender was actually backwards in net. So if we put that behind him again and our teammate is in position, should be a pretty good chance. And he actually, you know, capitalizes really well. I don't win this boost grab, which is really bad if our teammate doesn't get a good 50. So we're just going to get enough pads, and we'll just choose to go full rotation here. We don't need to make a challenge quite yet. Our goal on that play was actually just to make that player flick the ball over us so our teammate could get an easier clear. And that's exactly what we did. Now we just have one to beat. Our teammate makes a bad touch. Maybe we can save him. Oh my goodness. Get that out. Oh my goodness, hit it to the wall. No, I can try and save you again. Okay. All right, it's okay. Now we're on the wall, and we can try and catch this ball and pop it. And we're in a bad spot, so we're going to run away. Throws it out middle. Teammate looks like he wants to cut. That's okay. This is dangerous for us because we did not read that properly, so we're just going to choose to sit in the net and be safe. Our teammate is going to 1v1 again. So our teammate is a little bit, how do I say this? Inconsistent at getting the ball around a defender. He seems to keep trying to dribble the ball and getting dunked. So that's something to note moving forward in this game. Is if he is in a 1v1 situation, I'm going to, respectfully decline the offer of moving forward with him. I'm going to probably wait for him to get challenged. And that's not say, you know, that's just tactical. You know, he's had 3 chances to make good flicks. And we're just going to try and get enough aerial to get that over to the side. And that's a bad one from me. That was a tough one. I should have came a little bit further to the side of this and put it into our corner. And I just ended up jumping under the ball. It's my 21st B-Day. Let me win. Well, I can't do that because then it's not fair for my teammate. Maybe it's his 21st birthday. I have a feeling this guy's lying to me. Maybe that's a true mechanic. Just tell everyone in the lobby that it's your birthday and they'll give you free wins. You don't even have to try. So we're just going to keep running away now. Try to turn and pop this. And a basic power shot. A little 180 front flip. And we're using our basic gold level mechanics in Diamond, and it's still working beautifully. We're gonna go to the net here, as that kickoff was very difficult to, you know, read. Just sitting in net, letting our teammate challenge first, and that is exactly why we're positioning far away. As you'll notice in the Diamond ranks, the players are kind of doing this jockeying system where the first player, well, we're also missing open nets. But going back to like the jockeying system on defense, the first player's main objective isn't necessarily to win a clean ball, similar to what you just witnessed there, but it's just to create pressure so the first player flicks the ball over and the second player can actually get the clear. And you're probably going to be witnessing that a lot more moving forward into these ranks. We can just slow this down into a dribble now, because now we just have to flick him. I'm quite unlucky I didn't get that over him, but that's all right. We actually get the demo, and we couldn't get in front of that. Maybe that's post? Ah, my bad, my bad. I could have tried to position myself in front of this, but at the end of the day, Slizzy Drizzy there misses a very, very easy aerial. Kind of lost our offensive pressure off of it. But we could have done better, and that's the main objective here, is just improving ourselves. We can't control what our teammates do, but we can do our best to control the game from our position. So there's the flick. And there's a challenge. There's a perfect example of it. And we actually get it high enough. Now we just have to make sure we get our trap. There we go. So our teammate makes the first player make the flick. And then I'm in position to challenge that because the player that just made the flick doesn't actually have control of his car. He's still landing. And their second player didn't get up high enough for the aerial. This guy's not going quick enough, so we just actually beat him to the ball. Again, on this aerial, we're looking at what the opposition is doing. I know I have a good chance of hitting this aerial, and I'm just looking at his car. As soon as I notice that I'm closer to the ball, and he's not turned on it yet, I'm just immediately knowing that I'm beating him to that ball now. I'm making pretty much a risk versus reward percentage in my head by giving myself the information of looking at my opposition going for that aerial. These are dangerous, but Anon doesn't choose to challenge. I think once you're down 3 goals, you kind of have to start going for those super risky shots. I mean, there's no real risk of going for them. You're already down 3 goals. You may as well try to put one in. Not the greatest side clear from us, but we'll just sit back posts and wait for this play to develop. Great pinch, and we get to watch what our teammate is able to do here. Maybe he gets another dunk. So his wall play is a little bit strange, and he's put himself out of the position. We're just gonna let him hit that one more time. Kind of keep that off to the side. And we're up a few goals. We can kind of just camp. Tough aerial from us. Kind of worked out again. But these guys are getting really aggro. 20 seconds ago, they have to start playing aggressive, right? Let's go for a wall play, chip shot. And let's get one of our own. Let's try and beat this guy. Just put it middle for our teammate for a goal. Oh, baby. Let's go. GG. And even on that last play, even though it didn't quite matter if we scored one more, we're not even in a position where we can score that. We just want to beat that last guy, and we just pop it off the wall. Our teammate's in the position to score. But if that was a 0-second play or a 1-second play, that's the game winner right there. So really paying attention to what the defense is doing and capitalizing off that. Trying our best to pay attention to everything. The more you play, the more muscle memory you'll have, and you won't have to necessarily tunnel vision on the ball, which I think a lot of players end up getting stuck doing, which is, it makes sense, right? The less hours you have, the more focus you have to put on the actual actions you're doing. But the more you play, the more comfortable you are. You can begin kind of focusing on other things while you're still using or doing your mechanics. So this is a great div up game, and it really showcased kind of just playing off of what the defensemen are doing, not necessarily just getting a good touch on the ball. The positioning was fairly good, and we played off our teammate really well. So we're in Division 4. Next game should be our div up into Diamond 2. And let's just continue slowing the play down when we can, getting our flicks, and also using all the other mechanics we've learned. So let's keep going. All right, here we are. Potential Diamond 2 game. We got Papa Jew, Wild Eagle, and DJ Vert. We got the Papa on our team. Let's see how he does here. This kick, we got boost control on mid and left. Going for a ceiling shot to start. Okay, all right. Fancy diamond players, that's all right. He's gonna go for a bump. Oh wow, he actually hits it. My bad. And one of their own. So here's those all-star aerials we were practicing. And we just kind of get a double jump aerial. Fast aerials. This is the one mechanic I actually do believe that moving forward all the way to GC, these inverse aerials are something that players struggle with immensely. They are pretty difficult, to be fair. But I do believe that is the one mechanic, like, leading up into the higher ranks that I think players should start to get more comfortable with, especially when you learn how to air roll, I guess you could say, like, inverse or backwards. But if you can just hit those aerials quickly in the air and force them to make inverse aerials, oh boy, you're going to be loving how much they whiff those. Our teammates goes for another ceiling shot. I'm not too sure. We got to respect this guy a lot. He's going to go for some fancy stuff, I think, so we'll just, you know, kind of play assuming that he's going to be going for fancy stuff and not really hitting very practical touches this game. Although, what in the heck was that? Well, I was about to say not making practical touches, but whatever that pass was, he's figured it out. I don't think anyone expected that. I sure as hell didn't. All right, going for another kickoff. He's not flipping into them, so I had to respect that they that could have went over his head, but it seemed to work out. Hopefully he gets a touch on that, so I can just get back post and save this shot. We're just going inside the net now. Safe rotation. He has a dribble all the way. He's going for another ceiling shot, I bet. He actually just goes for the pop pass. I respect that. We'll go back. He's going for a quick aerial. And we can just boom this back, actually. This is a good opportunity to just boom it back and maintain pressure and get a rebound here if our teammate... I don't like that our teammate went for this, but here's a chip shot, power shot opportunity, actually. Well, more like a chip shot, aerial shot that time, but yeah, you know, it still gets the job almost done. So we just go to the net here. We're not going to get baited by that side boost. We're just going to cut the cut off. We're going to cut the shot off. There we go. And now we just have to beat this guy to the ball and maybe cut it. A little bit of ground control mechanics here, but we saw him go for the boost. We have to punish that, right? He should have cut that right there. If he had cut that right there, we'd just jump in front of the ball and 50 it. But once I saw him go like super wide towards the wall, we can kind of just give ourselves a self-pass. Our teammate gets dunked here. I'm not too sure if we make it back in time. Yeah. Pretty difficult to make it back in time for that one. Way she goes sometimes. And all things considered, pretty decent shot here. Keeps it low. I could have pre-jumped, but I honestly was half expecting him to hit the post. I was not respecting him there. So that is exactly what I was talking about on his other kickoff, that he's not flipping into it, so he's probably going to get beat to it, and it's just going to spike into the air like that. So we'll just sit net. I kind of got lost there. Got stuck in the net. Weird. We'll see if he gets the flick over this guy. I could go for the bump play here. But, you know, we'll respect that. He wants to go for a passing play. Oh, boy. Bring it back, please. Okay, I'll just take this and slowly control it. Let him get the boost. I don't know where he's going with that boost pad, but hopefully he saves that touch. Good. And we just boom this back. As we're like in a dangerous spot, and they actually missed that boost pad, which is huge for us because now I got a little aggressive. I'm just going to rotate away. I'm not playing very well positional, so I'm just going to reset and let my teammate kind of bully this guy. Good clear bet over to the side, and now we can slow it down because we noticed that guy was backwards. And these are the things I was talking about, when to slow it down and when not to, or when to slow it down and when to play fast. So that dribble opportunity, the reason I took it was I noticed that his car was backwards. It gave us time to take control. I know our teammate didn't have much boost on the initial boom if I were to do it. Obviously, I got challenged and I didn't beat him there. If I had practiced my flicks a bit more, I could have, you know, potentially flicked that backboard and scored a free goal for myself. All in all, turned out really well. Our teammate was making some crazy touches this game, and we get the promotion to Diamond 2. We're really focusing on playing off of the defense's moves, and it's been working really well in Diamond. I do believe that... Sorry, Mr. Papa, but I must leave. I do believe that learning to trap the ball and getting those quick flicks or just controlling it is going to be extremely important in Diamond. And the best way to really practice that is just to let this ball fall to you, all-star aerial training, and just get these traps so that you can start your dribbles. And then overall, you know, you can practice those flicks too, and that's a really good way to practice it. That's the way I've done it. There's probably customized trainers out there, or you can make your own to even practice more efficiently. I'm just giving you the bare bones. I'm giving you an outlet to at least practice it. So yeah, Diamond 2 player. Pretty much implementing everything we've already been using. A little bit more aerial game. Fast aerials are definitely becoming a lot more effective here because we're beating players to the ball. But overall, it's really just making sure we're getting those nice first touches and bringing it into a dribble. And practicing those flicks, I think, will be really, really helpful moving our way through the Diamond ranks. So let's keep these games going, and we'll see if we can get ourselves to Diamond 3. All right, here we are entering another game. I actually forgot to record 2 games here, so I think this might be our Division 3 game, and we get Fairly Peak. Now that's actually a witty name. Even if he's half as good as Fairy Peak, I'll be happy. So we can get our chip shot, a little air dribble. Nice 50-50 there. If he hits that off the wall middle, we got a good chance here. If he just throws it middle, nice. Great passing play. Okay, so we're just actually waiting for the outlet here. This entire play can develop the way he wants it to. So we're just going to sit middle, lurk. If he goes for the pass, we're there. If he goes for his own solo play, we're there for the 50. And we'll just hit that to the side for him. He seems like a pretty good player just based on that first play. So, hey, if he wants to play team-oriented, let's give him the opportunity to. And we're just going to try and run away as quickly as possible because we're in a bad spot. We're not going to go for that either, because now we put ourselves in a way easier position to save that, right? We didn't want to put ourselves in a risky scenario where we have to go for those inverse aerials. We're just kind of putting ourselves in a better spot to make the game that much easier. We can actually cut this because we're first. We do die for it, but at least we maintain pressure. And it won't be too big because now we're, 80 boost and we're pretty much back where we were. Perfect. This 50-50 might be scary. We can beat him and just pop it over. And we're just going to beat this guy again. We're not actually trying to put it on target. We're just literally beating the defense right here. And we'll go for a pass here. Make it awkward for him. I know my teammate wasn't going to be quite ready, but putting it middle and just making it awkward for him was good enough. And we can follow this up the wall. Try to get a touch here. And from here, we're just going to try and keep that back boost alive. If he hits it back to me here, I'm not going to go for that. We didn't know where the other guy was, so we're just going to cut our losses. I was hoping our teammate would hit it closer to me, but that's okay. Steal that away that time from that guy, because it was either our boost or their boost. Let's go for a little 50 and run away. Making sure we're air rolling still, getting those good recoveries. We'll demo him here. He actually jumped over me. And we'll steal that resource away from him again. Our teammate should be in the net. And we'll just get a power clear. We don't even want to risk dribbling that one that close to our net. Get the demo, steal the boost. That ball is no chance that we can really get a good touch, so we're literally just stealing all the resources. Unfortunately, I get bumped on the rotation back here. My fault. teammate gets beat midfield, 50-50 goes in their favor, and sometimes on the rotation you find a little bit of an obstacle. Go steal their boost. Hopefully our teammate doesn't get burned too hard on that boom. That might actually be the burn. Okay, we're good. Oh my Lanza. We'll have to pre-jump. That's okay, it's over. And if he booms that quick, we can maybe get a redirect. Nah, that's not good enough to go for, unfortunately. Now let's practice our trap, control it into the corner, and hit it off. And actually, now we can practice our wall play too. Couldn't quite get over him there. And we have a lot of time here. We'll try to just go backboard here and make that inverse aerial scary for him. And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you want to test your opponents. We could have slowed this play down. We knew we had all the space in the world. We could have gone for a dribble. But, you know, mix it up every once in a while. We've been playing pretty slow this game. Just hit a power shot. Make him go for those inverse aerials. I was talking about that a little bit earlier in our episode. That those are really, really difficult aerials for players to make, all the way up to GC. Hell, even in pro play, you know, sometimes players make those mistakes. They're some of the more difficult aerials to make. So if you can put your opponents into that position more frequently, you know, at least see if they're capable of saving those. If he's saving those all the time, then maybe we go for dribbles. But we haven't really been putting too many shots on target, and it worked out that time. We're just gonna go for that aerial, beat him. We really need to get pads here. We can still stay on offense, but we do need to collect some boost in case something bad happens. And he kind of throws the ball away. And this is a perfect example of using our boost effectively. We only had 16 boosts at the start of this play. There was no side boost to collect, so we couldn't have 100, but we did pick up 4 pads on offense, which allowed us to be in position for this giveaway, or rebound, whatever you want to call that. And we just hit a power shot. So this was actually a pretty controlled game. Not too many offensive chances until the end there. And we actually capitalized off 1 rebound and just an inverse aerial. We do end this episode in Division 2. The next episode, I think we will push this account to potentially the champion rank. I did want to end it in Diamond 3, but it's getting a little bit lengthy. Hopefully you did enjoy this episode. We are well on our way to our champion rank. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you have learned a thing or two in this episode. If there's anything you'd like me to add or to go into a little bit more detail, I can definitely try to do that for future episodes. Or I'm always live on Twitch. Not always live, but I'm live pretty frequently. You can always ask for my live advice. It's just twitch.tv/Dareyck. And thank you guys once again. I will see you on the next episode, and we'll push this account to champion. So take care, and as always, cheers.